Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, on Binaries Life. This is a channel where we're going to be solving a lot of data structures and algorithms using JavaScript and maybe Python, so that you can learn walkthroughs and the thought process. Today, we're going to be solving another 7Q kata called evens times last. Let's read it to try to understand it. So, given a sequence of integers, return the sum of all the integers that have an even index multiplied by the index of the last, by the integer at the last index. If the sequence is empty, you should return 0. So let's try to train on it. So they say we can deal with the last scenario directly. If the sequence is empty, you should return 0. That means if this array is empty, so if the length of it, numbers.length, is equal to 0, then we can return 0. That's about it. Else we can deal with the proper part of the algorithm. They say return the sum of the integers that have even index. If you look at this example here, who is at even index? We have 2, because our index starts at 0. Don't forget, we have this is index 0 here, this is index 2 here. So we have 2 plus 4, that's 6. If we take 6 and multiply by the last number here, we have 30. That's why we have this 30 here. So this is just about looping an array. So I'm going to open the Node console so that you can see there are many ways of doing that. This is an array that I created before array 1. This is it I created on this line here. I'm using my Node.js console. So if I display array 1, you can see it's 1, 2, 3. I'll try to push another number there so that we can have 4 numbers. Let me push 6, and I'm going to even push another one, 3. So array 1 looks like this. So I can use the for in. So I is the looping array. There is for off and there is for in. For in is going to loop through the indexes. We can see what it looks like. So if I console.log I, you can see that it loops through the indexes of the array. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers which has index from 0 to 4. So I'm going to use this loop for our particular example so that I can get even indices. So the array here this time is numbers. So I'm going to check if the index, so remember this I is an index, let me just call it index. So I'm going to check if the index is an even number, and for it to be even, the remainder of the division, if I divide by 2, is supposed to be 0. Sorry. So if that's even, what do I do? I'm going to store. Let's just create I'm trying to break it down into steps, so sorry about this. So I want to create an array, even array, that is going to have even numbers inside, the even indices inside. Oh, how can I put that? let's just put a number, the even sum. So it will just be a number that's going to have the sum of all the even indices. So if this index is even, what do? I'm going to add it to even sum. Even sum is equal to even sum plus the index. So at the end of this for loop, we're going to have the sum. So at the end of it, we're going to take the sum and multiply by the last index. So I'll just return it at once. Even sum multiply by, to get the last index is the length of the address. It's at index length minus 1. Give me a minute. This is how we get the number at the last index. All right, so I think we are good to go. Let's just test. We have an error we have to debug. I don't know what's the problem. Let's see. Assignment to constant variable. Now this is the error here. I am continually adding this, meanwhile I declare it to be constant, so I need to put it to let. Let's run again. Expecting 30 but got 10. What else are we losing? So let's this is debugging time. Let's console log the original array so that we can see what's there. Original is so we're trying to debug the problem. That's the original array, and then here, before returning, let's console log the even sum. And let's run and see what we have. So this is the original array. Even sum is 2. It's supposed to be 6. I think that is where the error comes from. So here, let's console log the indices to be sure. Now we have the right index. This is index. So we'll be having the right index. All right. So we're supposed to add this is oh, okay, we're not supposed to be adding the index. We're supposed to be adding the number at that index. That is where we have the issue. All right. Okay, that was a problem, so I can just remove the console logs. That's it. So one walk through the last time. So if there's nothing on the original array, we return 0. That's it. If not, we run through the array and we collect the indices and check if they are even. If they are even, we take the number and the index and add it to even sum. So we can simplify this with the plus here and remove this. And then as we progressively add to the sum at the end, we return it with multiplied with the number at the last index. That's it. Let me just execute it the last time and we are good to go. Now this is a very compact way of doing using the reduce. That's very clever. So you can also use filter. Filter is another way to loop through the array, and it gets the number and the, oh, sorry about that. Oh, I've lost it. Alright guys, see you on another video. Just know that we can use the filter too. So see you on another video. Don't forget to subscribe. We're going to be solving more other algorithms and other videos.